E aí, Jonathan, beleza? Beleza. Tava só esperando alguém pra gente começar. Bora lá? Cadê o Mikael? O perfil do controle na parede é do Mikael? É ele que tá usando ou você que entrou com os dois? Cara, tá insuportável. Essa minha regata aqui, eu tinha, tipo, lavado ela e colocado ela pra secar. Aí eu fui lá, simplesmente tirei ela úmida do varal e coloquei, de tão quente que tá. Ah, entendi. Por sinal, Jonathan, depois é legal colocar o link na descrição do vídeo, tá ligado? Colocar lá embaixo. É uma maneira de chamar o pessoal pra ver. Bom, eu vou parar aqui, vou fechar a música aqui e vou começar o jogo. Pronto. Ah, entendi. Eu achei que ele fosse citar também. Me diz aí sobre o som do jogo, se tá bom. Eu testei pela primeira vez deixar uma musiquinha rolando enquanto eu não começava. Bom, vamos lá. Tem um assistindo, então eu vou começar. Não posso também terminar muito tarde, já são 7h10, né? Então quero ir mais ou menos 8h30, 8h40. Tá bom? Som do jogo, som do microfone. Sem chiado, sem estourado, né? Pra mim foi um parto, cara, pra conseguir ajustar isso. Mas agora deu certo, então vamos lá. Nossa, cara, tá muito quente, pelo amor de Deus. Vamos lá. Esse foi o momento que a galera ficou brava. Trocaram o protagonista, me enganaram. Kojima foi bem sacana mesmo. Todo mundo, todos os trailers mostravam o Snake. Escondeu até o lançamento.
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group and they have the big shell under complete control.
Come in from downwind and pull up fast. Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Now for your top
Impressionado como esse jogo é bonito até hoje.
Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and get those C4s disarmed.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the Big Shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most
Ficha
important
mail.
person?
James
Valeu.
Johnson.
Abraço,
The
Gustavo.
president?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the Big Shell
Vai
out
ter
of
alerta
the
pista.
water.
And the crude will
Sempre
ignite, turning
tem.
the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination
Ah, eu achei
facility
que era
Big
pra
Shell
achar
and
o
safeguard the president and other hostages.
president of Armstead
Disarm
e
the
o
terrorists by any
DARPA
means
Chief.
necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right,
Raiden.
you've already covered
E aí,
infiltration
Nika?
and VR training.
Beleza?
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part.
Foi bom o cast
Make sure
ontem.
nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec.
Foi um pouco demorado, mas foi bom. Ficou
140.85.
4 horas
When you want to use the
conversando e
codec,
caindo.
push the codec button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the codec button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the Big Shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
Já já ele sai. Vai ser rápido, então. Achei que ia ficar mais no final da semana.
Use that.
Sounds good.
Your new sneaking suit uses
Tava conversando com o Jonathan
technology,
que eu
a byproduct
coloco.
of fiber optics research.
Seria legal colocar sempre na descrição
The
dos
texture isn't
vídeos
far removed from rubber, but
o
the material protects
o
against a
link
wide
pro
range of
cast.
toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of
Fica a
built-in
critério de
sensors.
vocês.
It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
Tranquilo.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Vamos lá, começou. Sempre gosto de fuçar. Então vamos lá. Sim. Faço isso, pode ficar tranquilo. Não tem mais nada. Tem aqui? Não. O sai é vida, não tem nem o que falar. Mas eu sempre sei o que tem, mas eu sempre entro de novo. Sei lá.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a
Você vai ter que jogar pra ver, né? Aqui, no início, a informação que a gente tem é que o Raiden, ele é um Foxhound, como era o Snake anteriormente. Porque terminou o primeiro jogo, o Snake saiu, né? Ele não é mais nada do governo. Ele criou uma ONG e essa ONG ele vai e sabota Metal Gear quando ele descobre que tem alguém fazendo. O Raiden é como se fosse um novato na Foxhound. Alguém chegou antes dele. Ah, o Kojima disse que ele é, né? Mas é como ele é pós o término da história de tudo, pra mim ele é desnecessário no cânone, entendeu? Eu acho que eles destruíram a estrutura dos jogos anteriores e aí você vai jogar o Rising e tá lá de novo. Acho paia, entendeu?
We need to get an ID, but for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator, a node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd, node.
O Raiden aparece no 2, no 4 e no Rise. No 4 ele não é jogável.
Then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
The Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar system uses biological magnetic fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high.
Aí tá explicando que para você habilitar um mapa de cada área, né, da Big Shell, que é o lugar onde eu tô, eu tenho que encontrar um painel, tá vendo? Aí tá mostrando ali o painel.
The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
Raiden, you won't be able to use any of the enemy's equipment.
Why not?
You should know that all active weapons are equipped with a personal identification system. The owner enters their required user ID information during the weapon registration or at the start of a mission. If anyone other than the registered user tries to fire the weapon, the ID system will not authorize the action.
But these are black market weapons. How can they be equipped with identification functionality?
They must have been customized by the terrorists themselves. These are professionals we're dealing with, and they certainly won't let their own equipment be used against them.
I'm guessing it's the same for the Navy SEALs gear?
Right.
How am I supposed to procure weapons then?
Find the ones that haven't yet been individualized. Everything you find in the item box is clean. You should know this from your VR training.
Okay, I know those.
Items in the item box are yours to use at will. They will be your supply source with regards to weaponry.
Todo jogo no início ele dá uma introduzida nos elementos do jogo, item, arma, como você faz para manusear, sempre tem alguma vez ele vai lá e ensina. É, filho, choquinho. Tem que colocar o nascimento. Ah não, aqui é o dia. Isso. Pode me criticar, eu sempre coloco. Aí, agora vai aparecer um mapa no cantinho ali.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now?
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel. The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the pause button.
Tutorial. Sempre.
I've set aside proprietary
Kojima
frequency for
saiu.
saves, and an analyst to work on the data too.
Jack, is everything all right?
What are you doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Quando
You're not supposed to be involved.
você vai numa missão e a consultora é a sua namorada.
Colonel, what the hell is going on?
Raiden, meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
Que desculpinha.
Accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may be in the service, but an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of
entendi.
a field mission. This is insane.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see...
I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're
Imagina,
familiar
você vai
with the
pra uma
Shadow
missão,
Moses incident?
colocam sua namorada, sua consultora.
If there's a crucial tactical detail that case taught us, it was the power of the operative's will
Assiste aí,
to
Jonathan.
survive.
Depois
I
você
was
faz o
trained to
upload.
fight.
Eu
My
vou só até
personal feelings
8h30,
have no
8h40.
place in a mission.
We've learned that it doesn't work that way. And on the field, you need all the help you can get.
Jack, you're stuck with me whether you like it or not.
Rose,
You need someone to watch your back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save that mission data, but I'm aware that technically I'm not part of the mission control team. After all, I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not
Ele
simply
foi
a
mesmo.
field personnel for me to track. His safety comes first to me, not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every communication you have with him, Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey, I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request, if I may.
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right.
Não
Raiden.
chame o seu
Let me know when
namorado
you're
pelo
ready to
nome
turn
dele,
in a
chame-o
save.
pelo codinome.
The proprietary save frequency is 140.96. I just switched frequencies. Jack,
what?
do you know what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th. Is there something special about it?
Isn't there?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
ABR.
Oh well, I'll keep trying. till I
Tranquilo,
hear
Mika, eu
the
tô
answer.
falando brincando,
I'm gonna
cara.
let you go now, Jack. Take care.
Vamos lá. Os caras vão acordar, é óbvio.
Raiden, the enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives. You must stay out of sight.
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the perimeter.
Dun-dun.
The terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
The hero of Shadow Moses? So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew it sky high.
Você gosta de jogar Kingdom Hearts, Mika? Se você gosta de jogar Kingdom Hearts, o dublador do Raiden é o mesmo que dubla o Lee, o Alex, aquele da Organização 13.
Colonel,
Não sei se você
I'm on
gosta.
the roof. There are no sentries, but it would only take one to spot me in this light.
You never had daylight VR training after all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
What about the commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on struts B and C.
And the president?
Seems he was spotted on strut B.
Strut B?
The big shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons connected end on end.
Exactly. And you're on the roof of strut A, shell 1 at the moment. First, get to a node. Log into the network.
Got it.
E aí? Aqui é legal. Onde os pássaros aqui fazem negócio, se você correr aqui, você escorrega. Já sei como que eu passo pela fenda.
Raiden, look at that wire fence. You may be able to crawl through it.
Pô, aí sim, Jonathan.
Crouch down using the
Legal.
crawl button. Then move the left thumbstick in the
Muito
direction
bom.
you want to move. Push the crawl
Dá
button
pra
again
colocar o
to stand
link
up.
dele aí na...
You can use weapons
No
even
chat.
while crawling. This is different from VR training, so you keep that in mind. Raiden, SEAL Team 10 is in.
Do we really have no line of communication with the SEALs?
They don't know a thing about us. You know we work in the dark, and this mission is no exception. Only a few people know about your presence here. There's no need for concern. This operation is under Pentagon's direct command, and the NSDD came from the Vice President and the Secretary of Defense. Your mission may be top secret, but it's gone through the usual channels.
É, agora fica legal. Tem alguma coisa aqui? Não.
I'll go check the roof. I'll leave the first floor to you, okay?
Understood.
Colonel, I've located the node, but it's under heavy
Deu
surveillance.
2 horas e meia de podcast, Jesus. Nós falamos
Distract
muito.
them. Try making some noise to draw their attention away.
Falamos demais.
Flatten yourself against a wall and hit the punch button.
Got it.
Vamos lá. Ah, sempre as músicas. Eu gosto mesmo. O Raiden é muito inexperiente, tudo ele liga pro coronel.
Raiden, watch out. There are sentries posted on the connecting bridge. They will spot you if you continue on course.
Any
Vocês
recommendations?
colocaram umas músicas
Use the
bem
hanging mode.
de cara do contra quando foi a minha vez de falar.
Face any waist-high railing and push the action button to clear the railing and hang over the side. Once there, you can move sideways while keeping out of enemy sight.
All right. I'm giving it a
No
try.
primeiro Metal Gear Solid pra esse aqui teve uma mudança muito grande das coisas que o personagem pode fazer. Ele pode atirar em primeira pessoa, não só com rifle, dá pra ele se segurar. Esse pulo dele enquanto ele tá correndo. Que bom, Mika. É isso aí. Vocês são bons. Vai ser legal.
I'm patching it through.
This is Alpha Zero. We have the president. Is he safe? He is safe. What about the package? Tell the guys upstairs that we've secured the package. Easy money. Good work. Your retrieval is on the way. Come on home. Roger that. Holy! Alpha Zero, report. Damn it, cover the president! Come in, Alpha Zero.
Ixi, sequestrar o
We're under
presidente.
attack. This is crazy. Is that... Alpha Zero, respond.
Respond.
All Alpha, respond.
Raiden, the president's life is in danger. Head to Strut B now.
Vamos, rapaz, vira. O cara não vai virar, mano. Olha, ele não vai virar. Aê, virou. Exato. O Twin Snakes é o Metal Gear Solid 1 com a jogabilidade do 2. E umas cutscenes nada a ver. Umas cutscenes muito meh. Eu tenho o Twin Snakes aqui. Acho ele muito meh. Nossa, muito. Assim, é gostoso de jogar, mas ficar vendo cutscene assim eu acho bizarro. Eu acho estranho que o Snake ele anda assim, ó. É muito esquisito. Mas o estilo de jogo ficou sensacional. Passou uma moto aqui, espero que vocês não tenham ouvido. Eu coloquei uns filtros no OBS para não pegar.
Alpha Zero,
Agora vocês vão conhecer o rival eterno do Raiden, o Vamp. Se eu recomendo Twin Snakes, recomendo, claro. É Metal Gear, é bom. O que eu digo que eu não gosto dele é que ele não é que nem, por exemplo, o Resident Evil, que meio que superou o original, entendeu? Porque ele é muito gostoso de jogar. Só que as cutscenes, como foi uma outra empresa que fez, eu achei nada a ver, meu. Eu tava naquela época da onda do Matrix, então o Snake desvia de foguete. Bicho, é uma viagem. As cutscenes são zoadas. Mas o jogo é muito bom. Eu não gostei também muito, eles mudaram a escolha das músicas. As músicas do primeiro são melhores. Mas é muito legal o jogo, vale a pena sim. Eu não recomendo comprar o Twin Snakes hoje, né? Eu comprei o meu Twin Snakes em 2006. Eu paguei na época R$ 120. Hoje você não acha por menos de R$ 500. Eu comprei o GameCube por causa dos Resident Evil, né? Mas depois eu acabei comprando o Metal Gear também. Ó, o vento tomando o sangue dos caras.
What are you?
Five today. Or rather, 6.
Get down!
Ó quem salvou o Raiden. Dá uma olhada, Mika.
Where is he?
Acho que você se deu mal, Snake.
Strange smell.
Se ferrou.
You smell like... Are you?
It has to be. Shoot him! What are you waiting for?
Vamp,
Yeah, Queen?
are you all done cleaning up?
Yes, but wait till I tell you what I found.
Something interesting?
I'll tell you in person. Where are you?
In the central unit with the
Ah,
president.
Mika, mas o Vamp ele tem um background, entendeu? Ele tem, por mais que seja bizarro na série ter gente com superpoder, ele tem motivo pra ter essas habilidades, entendeu? O Snake não. Meu, jogue o Twin Snakes e veja a batalha dele contra o irmão dele quando o irmão dele tá no helicóptero. E aí você vai lembrar, mano. O cara tira um míssil, meu, ele surfa no míssil, assim, é meio ridículo.
My name is Pliskin. Iroquois Pliskin, Lieutenant Junior Grade.
Olha quem que salvou ele. Só que olha o nome dele.
Are you a Navy SEAL?
Eu não sei se vocês sabem, né? Mas o Snake, o personagem, ele é uma homenagem ao Snake Plissken, que é o personagem do Kurt Russell no Fuga de Nova York. Ele tem um tapa-olho e tal. Aí por isso que ele usou ali Iroquois Plissken.
That's right. Foxhound was disbanded. Huh? Where were you before Foxhound? Delta Force?
É que ele tá disfarçado, né? Ele foi dado como um morto, então
Force 21. That's about
ninguém pode saber que é ele.
Right? Any field experience?
No, not really.
So this is your first.
I've had extensive training, the kind that's indistinguishable from the real thing.
Like what?
O Raiden tá tentando convencer o Snake de que o treinamento dele com VR Missions é igual a um treinamento real.
A virtual grunt of the digital age, that's just great.
Aí ele tá mostrando o Metal Gear VR Mission lá do Play 1.
You don't get injured in VR, do you? Every year a few soldiers die in field exercises.
There's pain sensation in VR and even a sense of reality and urgency. The only difference is it isn't actually happening.
That's the way they want you to think, to remove you from the fear that goes with battle situations. War is a video game. What better way to raise the ultimate soldier?
So you're saying that VR training is some kind of mind control?
Right. What's going on?
The Alpha team from Navy SEAL 10 is dead. No, a single survivor.
The kid's wired with nanomachines.
What about the president?
Looks like they took him somewhere else.
I see. You said there was a survivor from SEAL Team 10.
Yeah. Lieutenant J.G. Plissken.
Has he seen your face?
What?
This is a top secret mission. No one can know that we're involved.
It's a little too late for that. What's up?
Take a look.
What the hell?
A Navy captain.
You all right?
Give me a few minutes. Must have lost a few more pints than I thought.
É easter egg legal agora.
What was that man just now?
That blood-sucking freak?
It's Vamp.
That was Vamp. He's Romanian, a wizard with knives, as you saw.
The way he moved didn't seem human.
You won't
Cara,
see
é
that
vampiro e
VR
romeno.
guarantee.
What is he?
One of the members of Dead Cell.
Dead Cell? Him?
A special
Quem será
forces
que ele
unit
tá
created by
homenageando aí?
President George Sears. The name was
Vampiro e
originally intended to
romeno.
reflect its anti-terrorist functions. The unit would launch unannounced assaults on government complexes for the ultimate terrorism simulation. They were needed to show VR troopers like you how to deal with the real thing. But around the time their original leader died in prison, the unit began to unravel. They were always close to the edge, but they became more and more extreme, began to go after US allies, even civilians. We estimate that no fewer than 100 people died as a result of accidents the Dead Cell arranged on their own. They were out of control, and it all came to a head 6 months ago.
What happened?
The unit was devastated. There are only 3 left now.
Você foi irônico ou não
Why would
suspeita?
they go after the big shell?
How should I know? I told you they were on the lunatic
Qual que é uma
fringe.
outra franquia? Era, né? Uma outra franquia da Konami
Snake died 2 years
muito
ago.
famosa além do Metal Gear Solid na
You
época.
mean the incident that made this big shell necessary in the first place?
Right, and he was the one that sank that tanker.
But he's a legend.
Legends are usually bad news. There's not a lot of difference between heroes and madmen.
You're saying Snake is still alive and pulled another one?
No, he's not involved in this one. His body was positively ID'd 2 years ago.
Snake is dead.
And buried.
Ah, foi irônico, né?
What about the other soldiers? I saw Russian equipment too.
Former Soviet military. They're probably mercenaries. The big shell is too
Pô,
much
e os
ground
caras
for
têm que
just
ficar
dead cell
soltando
members
fogos de
to hold
artifício
down.
por causa de eleição, meu.
You
O
weren't briefed
cachorro
on any of
tá
this? And you came
morrendo
in
de
alone to
medo aqui.
boot?
Espera aí que eu vou
Why?
abrir aqui a porta pra ele.
What are you really doing here? Can't tell me, huh? Fine with me.
Ele tá morrendo de medo.
I don't smoke.
Keep it anyway. May come in handy. Take this too.
Eu não consigo entender essa idolatria por político.
Damn, I can't hit this thing. It's like some bad dream. Alpha, anyone, come in, all Alpha. This is Bravo Zero.
Aren't you going to answer him?
Coitado do cachorro, tá tremendo de medo.
The BC connecting bridge.
We need to get there. Can you handle it?
I need a few more minutes. Remember my frequency. It's 141.80.
141.80. Got it.
I've been briefed on this plant's layout. If you need information on the place or about Dead Cell, contact me. You're using nano communication, right?
Yeah, but I can patch into your frequency.
Hey, what's your name?
Raiden.
Raiden? Strange code name.
Makes up for the boring one my parents gave me.
Aproveitar que ele saiu aqui. Pronto. Olha que legal agora, ele tá dormindo, né? Aí você vem, ó. Muito bom. Você vem mirar nele, aí ele vai lá e deu de volta. Aí deu certo. Não lembro onde pega M9. Cada nível de dificuldade muda.
Jack, it's me.
Everything okay, Rose?
Don't you need to save the mission data?
Oh yeah, thanks for the reminder.
Né, legal demais. Ele tá lá, né? Porque ele perdeu o sangue, né? Aí ele quase desmaiou. Aí ele vai, deita, senta ali, você mira nele, ele... Muito da hora.
Jack, do you remember what day tomorrow is?
Mais uma DR.
I'm sorry, but I still don't have a clue.
That's okay.
What is it, Rose? Talk to me.
I'd rather you figure it out. It's important.
How important?
Important enough? And we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Why not now?
Tomorrow seems more appropriate. I need all the help I can get so that I won't chicken out anyway.
Is that the reason you decided to be part of this mission? Okay, I'm gonna finish this thing by tomorrow no matter what.
You know I'll do everything I can to help you.
Rose, there's something I need you to do as an analyst.
What is it?
It has to do with Solid Snake. The leader of this takeover incident is claiming that he's Snake himself.
The legendary mercenary?
I need as much data on him as possible. Everything they have on him after the Shadow Moses incident.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Yes. Should be a burial record somewhere, too. You should be able to request top-level security clearance from the Colonel. That should get us into the most classified material.
I'm on it. I'll contact you as soon as I find out something.
Obrigado por ter salvo o progresso e ter conversado mais 5 minutos. Tá certo. Calma que tem mais easter egg, Jonathan. É engraçado demais. Daqui a pouco você vai ver. Fortune, estilos de espião dela.
Come, put me out of
Essa
my
música que
misery.
parece do Titanic.
This is impossible. Nothing will hit her.
Is she the one they call Fortune?
Olha o presidente dos Estados Unidos aí.
Queen.
Don't let them take the president!
Ready grenades.
A dud!
Today is another bad day. Is there anyone here that can give me happiness?
Já era. Adiós.
I'm so sorry, my beauties. I'll see you again someday.
Matou monte.
Colonel, SEAL Team 10's Bravo team was wiped out.
I see.
What happened to the cargo choppers?
Both of them are at the bottom of the harbor. Looks like your new hosts have a Harrier too.
A Harrier? What is this?
Calm down. It just means they anticipated the attack.
What?
Besides, since the SEALs drew their fire, your infiltration went off without a hitch. On top of that, we know their defensive capabilities.
Are you saying this was all a feint?
Efeito
Right. Get a
colateral.
hold of yourself. The entire mission is in your hands now. Do you understand?
But
There's no time
Acho
for
que não é
questions.
pombo, não.
They could decide to retaliate for that failed assault.
you mean the hostages?
They could be in danger, yes. But we need to consider the possibility that they'll blow the whole shell. If that toxic spell does take place, it'll devastate not only the harbor, but poison the coastline for generations. Raiden, we've had to adjust the mission objectives. The priority is now on removing those C4s that the terrorists wired over the big shell. The president can wait, but this can't.
Colonel, you know I'm no bomb disposal expert.
That's not a problem.
Agora ele mudou
The Bravo team brought an explosives
as prioridades da
probe in
missão. Ele vai ter que desarmar umas bombas que os caras colocaram na estrutura. E aí, Mika?
You should find him there.
Is this according to simulation too?
Vamos lá, você
What are
perdeu.
you talking about?
Você
Get
perdeu
to
um pouco de
Strutt
Duck
Sea and
Hunt
find him.
aqui.
Understood. But I need to ask you something before I go.
Make it quick.
Who are they? Dead Cell, I mean. They couldn't hit her no matter how hard they tried. And that vampire
Ah,
too.
mas tá certo.
It's
O
like,
calor infernal.
it's like
Tá
being in a
maluco.
nightmare you can't wake up from.
Jack, snap out of it.
And you, Rose, I can't believe you're on this mission. I keep thinking I'll wake up.
Raiden, this is real. And that's why you won't wake up.
But nothing seems real.
Ixi, de novo
I've made
parou
up
meu
my mind to
webcam.
stay with you. Whether
Não
this
sei
is
o que
real
tá
or a bad
acontecendo
dream,
isso.
I'll keep watching you till it's over.
Thank you, Rose. And I won't let you
Não sei
be
por que ela
just
tá
a dream.
parando.
Are you two done? Raiden, you're needed on Strutt Sea.
Deixa eu ver se tá certinho agora. Deixa eu dar uma atualizada aqui antes de eu continuar, peraí. Não, agora aparentemente melhorou. Peraí. Aqui. Melhorou, foi mal. Desculpa. Não sei o que aconteceu. Mas depois, quando você voltar e assistir a parte anterior do vídeo, você vai entender porque é daqui antes. Ai, cara, muito engraçado esses easter eggs que eles colocam. Já tem até as bombas ali. Agora eu vou conhecer o Peter Stillman. Tem um cara que vai me ajudar a desarmar as bombas.
Freeze!
Don't shoot.
You a cop?
I'm not NYPD. I came in with the Bravo team. Who are you with? And what happened to SEAL Team 10?
They're all dead.
All of them? That's bad.
Did I tell you you could move?
It's all right. He's not one of the bad guys. Don't go pointing that thing everywhere, kid. What's your name?
My name is Peter. Peter Stillman.
Lecturer at Navscolio at Indian Head. Also a consultant for the NYPD bomb squad.
A poor old man who got dragged along for this picnic.
I thought you'd retired.
I did. Can't keep up with everybody, as you can see.
Mas não é?
A famous church got wiped off the map thanks to me, with too many lives inside. All I lost was this leg.
So you're the bomb disposal guy.
Kid, this is the bomb disposal guy. Open any explosives disposal textbook and you'll see his name.
Just ancient history now.
Why did they bring you out of retirement then?
Because the terrorist group here includes one of my students, the Emperor of Explosives, Fat Man.
Aí, é o boss que eu vou enfrentar. Eu vou até esse Fat Man.
I created him in a sense.
And that's why you're here.
I'm pretty rusty. I was supposed to supervise the bomb disposal. Looks like it was taken care of before I had my turn.
I wouldn't say that. There are at least 2 people here who can claim to be experts at bomb disposal.
Are you two with SEAL Team?
E aí, Brenão, tudo bem? Cara, eu... Não, você perdeu o comecinho. Na sexta, você não assistiu a primeira parte do Snake. E hoje, sei lá, não perdeu muita coisa, não. Eu tô no começo aqui só fazendo um reconhecimento do lugar. Agora que eu vou pro meu primeiro objetivo. Belezinha contigo? Como é que você tá?
An engineer?
A skinny guy. He went in with us.
Where is he?
I haven't seen him since that skirmish.
Was he killed?
I don't think so. I didn't find his body.
I see.
They told me he was a security systems architect for the big shell.
Why would they take a civilian along?
Everything in this structure is computer controlled.
O Otacon entrou infiltrado.
I never heard anything about that.
He had official orders.
Ah, você assistiu? Se assistiu, você não perdeu nada, então. Você viu até o finalzinho do Tanker, né? Aí o Snake morreu. E agora ele tá aqui. Só que eu não jogo com ele. Ele é só o meu assistente. E o meu personagem não sabe que é ele ainda.
Glad to hear Stillman is safe. Assist him in any way possible to clear the C4 from the structure.
Colonel, you know I've never been trained in bomb disposal.
It's all right. The man you're working with is the best in the field. All you have to do is follow his directions. You will, of course, keep your identity and mission objectives to yourself.
Is it true that an engineer came in with Stillman?
I wasn't informed of that. It's probably something the SEALs decided on their own. There are more important issues at hand, Raiden. The enemy may retaliate for the failed assault. Get those C4 neutralized now.
Colonel,
Chega nesse
I'm
calor,
not
aí
qualified
já
for
guarda
bomb
estar aqui então.
disposal.
Jack, it's me.
Rose?
You can do this. Trust me.
You haven't had bomb disposal training per se in VR, but you're more than capable of handling C4.
This is a little different from using C4.
You're up for this. You know that.
Tá, o Raiden ele é total prego, né? Nunca fez isso, é a primeira vez. Pelo menos nesse nível, né? Ele não sabe de nada, ele não acha nada, tudo ele pergunta pros outros. É extremamente inseguro. Tem DR com a namorada enquanto tá na missão. O Stillman vai ensinar a desarmar.
It's live. You can see it pulsing. Now you spray this on the sucker and there we go. Simple, huh? The spray freezes the detonator instantly.
How long does the effect last?
There's no way the thing can detonate in this condition. Even if you leave it alone, it'll stay out of commission for at least 24 hours.
That's enough time.
If we had the manpower, I'd recommend complete disposal. But this will have to do. The spray can be used from several yards away. Now check the floor, ceiling, walls, under a table, everywhere. Try to imagine the locations the bomber would choose.
That won't be easy. We don't know a thing about Fat Man.
Is there anything that'll help us locate the bombs?
Here, take this with you. It's what they call an ion mobility spectrometer. It can recognize ionized gas emitted by C4s.
The what?
In other words, that little gadget sniffs out C4's scent.
That's
A
right.
bomba tem
I've
aroma.
established a link up with your radar network, so any scent detected will be represented visually. Have the sensor activated and keep your eye on the radar.
What if he's using some other odorless substance?
I know Fat Man well. I know how into his own aesthetics he is.
O cara que armou as bombas é o aprendiz dele.
He always leaves a trace of the cologne he uses. The sensor also picks up that particular scent spectrum.
Is that something he learned from you?
No, it was his own quirk. He wouldn't work by any rules except his own, and he followed them like a religion. And common sense wasn't one of his strong points. I thought I taught him everything I knew. I have no children of my own, and I thought I found a son in him. He had the right stuff, you know. There's something very unusual about an ability like that. Even at Indian Head, he got special treatment. I remember some people called him one of the fat cats. Maybe that's what started all this. I didn't teach him the most important thing I had to tell him. There are some things you have to pass on. The trick is to know which one. Right. All I taught him was skills. And now I have to stop him from using it to destroy us all.
Let's see how well that sensor works.
All right. I'm activating them. Watch. You see the green stuff on the radar? That's a visual representation of the C4 scent detected by the sensor.
It's a pretty big area, isn't it?
Don't complain. It's better than nothing.
Just activate the sensors and search the area, okay?
All right.
Don't forget that you need the radar to use the system. Log into the node at every strut and turn the radar on.
We have to keep out of the enemy's sight, too.
Because the radar gets knocked offline when we're spotted?
Exactly. Fat Man would have allotted some C4s here in Strut C as well.
Here?
Tem uma bomba em cada estrutura.
This facility, and if he wants to take out the plant, where he would target.
You know this for sure?
Of course. I taught him the techniques he uses.
E aí, meu amigo, tudo bem?
His
Boa
ideas
noite.
are based on my theories.
Certinho?
Demolition is a kind of ideology.
Tava vendo o jogo do Santos.
Time or place. Big
Como é que estão seu pai e sua mãe?
two hexagons joined in on in, north to south. There should be packets of C4s on each of the vertices, or the struts in this case.
Não tomei nenhum alerta besta até agora, viu? Mas na de sexta-feira eu tomei um alerta muito besta.
A total of 12 bombs at least.
Considering the shell's architecture and composition from an engineering standpoint, that's my conclusion, and it's exactly what he would have decided as well.
Kid, this place is all yours. I'll take care of Shell 2.
O quê? Eu tomar alerta besta? Raridade? Nada. É mais comum que tudo. Toda live eu tomo um. A média é de um por live.
What's this?
Security card issued to Shell personnel. The big Shell security layout includes varying levels of clearance. The clearance level is identified by the number printed on these doors.
Sempre tomo um besta. Nossa, o que eu tomei na sexta-feira foi ridículo. Eu tava invicto, tranquilo. Aí fui lá e passei na frente de um soldado que tava dormindo. Aí eu fui mirar nele e ele acordou. Mas ele acordou antes de eu dar um freeze. Ah, o jogo do Santos foi ontem. Nossa, tô bem, hein?
We'll have to deal with the remaining security logs.
Eu sei que geralmente você assiste com seu pai, né, o jogo.
Let's get going. You stay here.
No, I'm going.
The two of us can handle it, don't worry.
But
you'll just slow us down with that leg of yours. There's a war going on here. I don't have time to babysit anymore.
Why don't you just let us handle the grunt work? You can tell us what to do over the radio, like in the original mission plan.
All right. I'll give you instructions from here. I may also need to prepare a backup plan just in case.
In case of what?
Good luck to both of you. This is a dangerous one.
Vamos lá, agora eu tenho que dar um rolê em todas as estruturas e...
If anything comes up, let me know. My frequency is 1.
E procurar as bombas. Aqui também, cada nível de dificuldade tem uma quantidade de bombas e a posição delas.
That man's no SEAL. I don't even think he's a Navy man.
What?
Simplify. Marine Corps talk.
O cara ganhou já que ele não é... Que ele não é...
And as far as I know, SEALs keep their officers away from the field. And who dares wins is a model of the British Special Air Service.
Só pelo linguajar dele, ele...
Is he one of the terrorists then?
No, somehow I don't think so. If there's someone to suspect, I'd put my money on you.
É muito bonito, né? Verdade, cara. Hoje foi festa da democracia. Eu esqueci.
What about you? They could be back in this area soon.
Eu esqueci.
I'll hide out in this pantry for a while. If I lock the door, it should be all right. Plenty of food.
Aí não tem jogo no dia da eleição.
I'll give you instructions by Kodak from here.
O cara vai se trancar no depósito.
Bomb disposal is a face-off with your own mortality.
Fica muito bonito, né? No Xbox. É muito bonito.
The darkness comes.
O Snake Eater eu vou fazer no PlayStation 2. Mas eu vou jogar o Subsistence também. Por causa da câmera, né? Jogar a câmera do Snake Eater normal, eu já joguei na época, não é uma experiência das melhores. Japonesice. Mais japonesice. Tem nada. Vamos lá, primeira bomba. Já era.
Riding here. I took care of
É
this
muito
before
fascismo
and struck
esquecer
speed.
que hoje é dia de
The
eleição,
ceiling
cara.
of the women's bathroom was set to blow.
Pior que a gente tava conversando no
That's
grupo
not
hoje,
like
né?
him.
Sobre isso.
Anything wrong?
Justificar
Maybe.
voto, no
Pliskin's
título de São
reported other
Paulo e tal.
locations too, and none of them
Aí
are
eu
effective
esqueci.
demolition points.
What do you mean?
It means that they wouldn't be the best places to choose if you wanted to destroy this place.
Are you saying they don't plan on blowing the shell up?
It certainly seems that way.
O,
So far we haven't seen anything but a
o
waste of
aplicativo
good
para
explosives.
justificar o voto não
Unless, of
funcionou.
course, we're missing something.
A trap?
He couldn't have overlooked the fact that I would be called into this.
Mas tem 60 dias para fazer a justificativa. Por sinal, quando você for mudar seu título, acho que eu vou com você. Vou ter que resolver minha situação no cartório eleitoral mesmo. Vamos lá. Tem que vir pra cá. Não, com certeza, né? Nada aconteceu fora do esperado. Mas foi engraçado. Não lembro onde tá M9.
Freeze.
Tem uma câmera. Aí. Nossa, esse aqui é um dos mais chatos, meu. É muito chato esse aqui.
Nothing here.
Porque aqui não tem. Ainda não tem a arma, meu. Aí eu não sei se. Olha aí, ó. Que vacilo. Que eu queria vir pra cá pra usar aqui o. Eu não consigo agora. Vacilo. Não, a gente vai. A gente vai resolver isso sim. Eu vou ter que fazer de qualquer jeito, né? Eu queria pegar aqui, ó. Vacilei. Tudo bem. Não, eu não peguei a M9 ainda. Eu vim pelo outro lado, entendeu? Tô só com a Socom mesmo. Mas eu devia ter ido pro lado da estrutura F ali, né? Se eu não me engano, a M9 tá lá no F, lá no warehouse. Calma. Mas claro que é fácil. Ninguém nunca duvidou disso, Gustavo. Mas eu te convido a vir jogar, fazer uma live e jogar. Não tô falando que é difícil, é super fácil, só que eu acabei sendo visto ali, então precisei esperar passar. Lá embaixo tem coisa. E isso, cara, faça live, zero no European Extreme, sem levar alert, sem morrer nenhuma vez. Mostre seus dotes de Big Boss. Não lembro agora. Eu tenho que ir lá em cima. Todas elas são as versões revistas. O 2 é Substance, o 3 é Subsistence. Só que como se diz, o Substance dele não tem nada dos extras que tem aqui, entendeu? Tirando as VR Missions, mas não tem o joguinho de skate, não tem nada. Beleza.
I've taken care of that annoying fly. What's the situation over there?
Puzzling. I saw a man dressed like a ninja.
Já eu escorreguei lá no comecinho, assim que eu fui pro primeiro andar da estrutura, qual que é a A, né? Aí fui lá em cima e mostrei pra eles o que acontece quando cai.
Olga, are you sure it wasn't an Arsenal Tengu?
Don't be a fool. Think I wouldn't know the difference? I've never seen field gear like that ever.
All right, we'll intensify patrols. Anything else?
Actually, one more thing. You'll find it hard to believe, though. I saw a man hiding under a cardboard box.
Where?
On the connecting bridge to Shell 2. So you believe me this time?
I've seen someone use that box trick before. We'll lay a trap on the Shell.
Eu vi um cara andando numa caixa de papelão.
Freeze! You must be one of Dead Cell.
Of course not. What a thing to say.
Drop your gun!
Not a chance.
Olga teve uma filha e virou uma ninja. Eu nem ligo. Eu não tô jogando pra mostrar que eu sou mega craque furtivo. Tô de boa.
Female soldier. Russian.
Estou sossegado.
Must be Olga Gerlukovich.
How do you know?
Unlike you, I've been briefed.
She's not a Dead Cell?
No, she commands a Russian private army.
They must be the ones patrolling the big shell.
That's right. She's led the group ever since
Foi um
her old
vacilo
man,
ali,
Colonel
né?
Gerlukovich died.
Porque eu não fui
Watch
visto pelo
yourself
cara
with
de
her.
baixo, fui visto
She's
pelo
a
cara
tough
de
one.
cima, né? Ele fica no meio da estrutura lá. Mas
Raiden here. The C4 reporter on the roof of Strut E has been taken care of. Explosives were planted on the Harrier 2 stationed on the roof.
This is all wrong. This is something only an amateur would do.
What do you mean?
All the bombs that have been found so far don't appear to be in the right kind of locations. And the quantity of explosives isn't sufficient either.
Even Fat Man can make mistakes, right?
No, there's something else going on here. Get a move on with the disposal, Raiden.
Quem dera, meu amigo, quem dera.
Do you think it's a trap?
I don't know, but I'm gonna tell Pliskin to watch his back too. Just hurry.
Aí. Agora eu tenho que... dar uma vasculhada aqui. Tem um cara dormindo lá embaixo. Achei uma caixa. Vou voltar. Apaga. Vira pro outro lado. Isso. Nossa, essa foi difícil, né? Aqui tem mais um que é complicado. O cara do lado de cima ele vai olhar e ele pode me ver. Eu tenho que esperar ele parar para eu voltar. Não, meu amigo falou que eu levei alert numa parte fácil. Ah, de boa, nem tô esquentando não. Vamos, cara, dorme, sai daí. Aí.
Be careful. There are claymore mines around there.
Who is
Ah,
this?
vou derrotar ele com spray.
Stealth-equipped claymore mines, invisible to the naked eye. Use the mine detector.
Identify yourself.
Just call me Deep Throat.
Deep Throat? You mean from Shadow Moses?
Mr. X, then.
Mr. X now, is it? Why would it matter if
Oh,
I
tô
call
ligado,
you
mano,
Deep
relaxa.
Throat?
Never mind
Eu
about
fico
that.
puto, mano.
Why
Onde que eu
did you
fico puto?
contact
Né?
me?
Let's just
Tô de boa
say
jogando
you're
aqui.
one of your fans.
Colonel, someone calling himself Mr. X just contacted me. Do you know anything about it?
No.
Vai
And
lá, mano,
whoever it
abração.
was, it wasn't a burst transmission. The transmission was sent from within the big shell.
He called himself Deep Throat at first. Do you think...
I caught that part too. But the possibility of it being true is none. Gray Fox was the one who used that alias in Shadow Moses, and he's dead.
Is it an enemy trap?
Could be. Exercise extreme caution.
Vai, vamos lá. Aqui não tem jeito. Tem que rastejar para pegar. Pegou já é, senão ele vai me ver. Onde é que é? Aqui é embaixo.
Nothing here. What's that?
Aonde que ele me viu? Mas não vai dar alerta nem a pau. Não vai me dar alerta de jeito nenhum. O cara me viu por dentro da caixa. Aqui, é o que eu queria.
It's him. Everyone, stay on guard.
O que é aqui? Sou com suppressor. Aqui já dá, agora já dá para ser furtivo. A questão, eu nem importa de matar os caras, entendeu? Só não quero fazer barulho. Visão além do alcance. Pô, foi ridículo, o cara me viu por trás da caixa. Vamos lá. Team Taylor. Boa. Vai, vira de costas. Vira. O cara não vira, mano. Dorme, ceia. Nossa. O cara vai descer aqui. Nem vou tomar conhecimento dele pra não... Vai ver outro cara dormindo ali, já era. Nível 3. Nível 2. Sem a pistola de... Aê, agora sim. Agora é tranquilo. Voltar ali. Botar todo mundo pra dormir agora. Todos os caras vão me ver. Eu volto ali. Pera aí. Ah, verdade, melhor atirar no Cypher primeiro. Isso. Agora é tudo tranquilo. Vai dormir. Ô louco, mano, o cara não dormiu, velho. Ele vai ver, achar estranho o cara decaído ali. Isso. Boa. Mais uma. Faltam só duas agora.
Jack, do you remember the day we met?
Mais uma
I'm
DR.
kind of busy right now, Rose.
You're right. Sorry.
I do remember. It was right after I transferred to New York. There were all these tourists around you in front of the Federal Hall.
A group of middle-aged Japanese ladies came up and asked me which building it was that King Kong was climbing in the movie. I said it was probably the Chrysler Building. And then you showed up and started mouthing off. You were like, no, it's the Empire State.
I said the Chrysler Building was in Godzilla.
We started arguing, and I forgot all about the tourists. I was insisting that I was right, and you were
Bela
doing the
hora
same.
pra
The next thing we knew, the
ver
Japanese
o
women
que
had gone away, and we ended up going to the
o que aconteceu
skyscraper
quando eles se
museum to see who
conheceram.
had the better recall.
We argued all the way to Battery Park.
And for nothing.
Since the museum was closed, we went our separate ways from the museum. And then I found you again by coincidence out in the base corridor.
An amazing coincidence that we were actually working at the same place.
That night we went up to the top of the Empire State.
It was so beautiful. I could look down on the Chrysler Building from 120 stories above ground.
I felt overwhelmed. I didn't care anymore who was right.
And that was our first
Ah,
date.
essa DR deles
We
aí.
watched King Kong in your apartment a bunch of times that night. Didn't sleep till morning. If it weren't for that coincidence,
Tem uma no
we wouldn't
Twitch
be
também.
together.
Ih, falei.
I know.
Não pode falar, né?
I'm
O
sorry,
YouTube não
Jack.
gosta.
I'm taking up your time again.
What?
Tem 6 aqui e um no roxinho. Pronto, acabou a DR. Eu já quero saber de DR. Nothing here. Porque é chatinho. Só tirar na câmera ali. Eu acho que tem uma câmera ali na frente, ó. Isso. Ah. Acho que é só por aqui pra eu pegar a caixa. Ah, o negócio é tira e queda. Imagina, no meio da missão tem um motivo, né, pra estar acontecendo tudo isso, mas quando você joga a primeira vez, obviamente você acha muito esquisito. Chamarem a namorada do cara pra ser a consultora dele. E aí ela fica tendo essas DRs com ele o tempo inteiro. Não é aqui? Ah, não, não é verdade. Pra cá. Eu não consigo ver um item e não pegar. Aí. Mais um. Falta um.
This is Raiden. The C4 found in strut A has been frozen and disposed of. Explosives were planted in the pump room on the first floor.
Good work. Only one more left to go.
This is Pliskin. Do you read me, Pete?
I'm here. What's up?
Raiden, you need to hear this too.
I'm listening.
I checked out the bottom of strut H for you, Pete.
Wait, what's this about?
I asked Pliskin to look around. Knowing Fat Man, I can't shake the feeling that all the bombs so far were just wrong.
So did you find anything?
Yeah, a hell of a lot of C4s packed into the bottom of the strut. Pete called it right.
I knew he had the real thing up his sleeve.
So all the other ones were dummies?
No, they're a threat, all right. But the detonation wouldn't be enough to destroy the entire shell. But the C4s Pliskin found would inflict serious structural damage.
That's not the bad news either. These are sensor-proof.
What?
New model, I guess. The ionization sensor can't detect them. The whole thing is sealed tight to prevent vapor leak, and there's no trace of that cologne signature. Pete, looks like he fooled you.
Yes.
But you managed to find the thing anyway.
It was sheer luck.
Bombs that are invisible to the sensor?
Any ideas, Pete?
Are there more out there?
I'll go see for myself.
You can't move fast enough.
He's right. I can try the spray from a distance.
Hold on. There's something not right about this one. I can feel it.
Well, Pete, should I come back and get you?
No, there's no need. Raiden, you have one left to go, correct?
Right, except for those scentless ones.
How about you, Pliskin?
I have 2 left, not counting this one.
Okay. It'll have to be me. I have the level 4 card that'll get me into Shell 2 in any case.
You'll never make it. With that bad leg of yours, they'll spot you for sure.
That won't happen. I can walk just fine. I can even run.
What do you mean?
That bomb.
Agora o cara vai admitir que ele tá mancando porque ele fingiu porque ele não conseguiu salvar as pessoas no incidente há uns anos atrás. Aí ficou com tanta vergonha que ele
lied. I didn't lose my leg in the explosion. So many dead.
Fingiu que perdeu a perna, anda de muleta.
Mistake. All I could think about was hiding from the crime, shielding myself from the public outcry. I wanted people to be sorry for me, for my weakness. I faked being a victim myself because I couldn't bear to face the families of the real victims. This is no prosthetic. I can keep my footing on catwalks and hike over deserts. I lived my life so well, I haven't even answered to myself for my sins. It was supposed to be a shield, and it's become a shroud instead. I've killed my soul by playing the victim. Instead of protecting me, it's made my life even more hellish.
What good can that do the victims?
I know. I'm a coward.
Hey, Pete.
God forgive me. I can walk with my own 2 feet, and I need them to stop Fat Man. His crimes are also mine. One of omission.
Narratives.
No one should teach the skills I taught him without a clear conscience. This is the only way I
eu acho que eu vou desativar a última bomba aqui e vou parar. Que já deu aí 1h30, 1h40, né? 10 minutos ali pra arrumar e 1h30 de jogo. Tá bom. Aí eu deixo pra desativar pra enfrentar o Batman amanhã. Que vai aparecer a porta antes.
Just don't ask for Peg Leg Peter. He's gone for good.
Aí. Não vai ficar muito extenso. Minha intenção é jogar 1h30 e tá bom demais. Ver se tem alguma coisa aqui. Agora, meu, é só. Cadê o outro? Ali, aqui. Isso. Um coco. Um atrás da porta. Para. Isso. Tá aqui. Desativei todas.
I have the last C4 frozen. There's nothing showing
Ok,
up
meu
on the
amigo, não
sensor
entendi.
now.
Com o
You're way
MGS4.
ahead of me, kid. I still have one to go.
How's your
Perdão,
bomb,
eu.
Peter?
It's a bomb, all right. Sealed C4, and in huge quantities.
You think there's another one in Shell 1?
Eu tô viajando na cocada.
Why are you so certain?
Ele tem o
If this
MGS4.
bottom section of the strut is demolished, Shell 2 will be well on its way to destruction.
Ah, você diz de fazer lives de 1h30?
Not immediately. There'll
Foi
still
isso?
be 5 struts left. But if Shell
É, eu
1
fiz
loses
duas
its
já,
strut at
né?
the same time,
Eu não sei
it
se
will be a
depois eu
very
retomo do
different
zero,
The
porque
big
era
shell
mais
structural
teste, né?
integrity depends on a very exact balance. If both
Ah, eu acho
shells
que
lose a
lá dá
strut
pra fazer
each,
de
the
2
whole
horas, né?
structure will tear itself apart under its own weight.
Porque os capítulos são
I have a
maiores e tal.
sensor that can locate even those scentless C4s. It makes
Tem
combined
muita
use of a neutron
cutscene.
scintillator and a hydrogen bomb detector.
You
E aí,
brought that
Rafa?
stuff with you?
Tudo bem?
I made the calibrations while I was in the pantry.
Tudo jóia?
Does it work?
Como é que estão as coisas em casa?
It definitely responds. But the best I can do is a sound beacon, not the radar.
Sound?
The shorter the interval between beacons, the closer the target.
I get you.
There's another one in that pantry I was in. You can go back and get it.
It's all yours, Raiden.
I'm going to study it some more and see if the freezing process will work. Don't touch the other one until I say so.
Okay. I'll stand by until you radio in.
Aí, peguei.
Peter, I have sensor B.
Good. Head to the bottom of strut A.
How's your invisible bomb?
I'm looking at it, but I'm keeping my distance. How's Pliskin doing?
A few more minutes. I just got to the last strut, but there are a few enemy sentries I have to take care of.
Does it look bad, Peter?
Maybe. It's an odd one. The detonator hasn't been activated.
What?
But the sensors are live, which means...
This is Pliskin. I've located the last C4.
Is that it?
I'm about to freeze it. Then...
Wait! Pliskin! Damn! That was it!
Ele ativou ao invés de
The
desativar.
detonator just woke up. It's counting down!
What happened?
The big ones were rigged to be activated when all the baby C4s went offline. Writing, the one in Shell 1 should be counting down too. Hurry!
What's the remaining time?
400 seconds.
400 seconds?
Writing, move! Get to the bottom of strut A now!
Obrigado, Rafa. Um beijo. Vamos lá, vamos desativar a última bomba. Botar pra dormir de novo. Eles acordam infinitamente. Oh. Opa. Mudou a câmera. Já era, adeus.
Bliskin, listen carefully.
What is it?
I fell for it.
Fell for what?
Fat man has my number. A proximity trigger. Microwave.
Microwave?
With a 7-foot range. It's not a technique I taught him. Neither was that multi-bomb booby trap. Looks like he's far surpassed me as far as explosives technique goes. As for the rest...
Pete, get the hell out of there.
There's less than 30 seconds left. It's too late.
No!
Bliskin, get away from Strut H as fast as you can.
Pete!
Right! Keep your distance. Use the spray from as far away as possible.
Me?
You can do it. I know that.
I'm not so sure.
But I am.
Acordei com um dardo no pescoço, mas nada suspeito. Adeus. Morreu. E não passa bem. Já era. Aqui. Tem que ser de longe. Prontinho. Desativei.
Colonel, I've neutralized the bomb.
Good work, Raiden.
It was a great loss for everyone.
Yes, it was.
Colonel, any damage report on the explosion?
Seems that the duct for diverting the contaminated seawater was destroyed, and the central section of Shell 2 is flooding. The explosions ignited the oil slick on the surface.
What about the toxins?
The chemicals stayed in containment. There's no immediate danger.
Is the big shell stable?
Shell 1 was unaffected. The price was high, but the threat of the bomb is over for now.
What's the next objective?
Rescue the President. Get back to the upper level.
Roger that.
Prontinho. Agora eu vou finalizar. Vou dar um save aqui. Falar com a Rosemary.
What's up, Jack? Jack, when you get home, let's have a homecoming party. Just the two of us.
Vou ficar por aqui então, beleza, Elder? Mika, Jonathan, acho que o Breno tá aí também, né? Eu não lembro quem é a quinta pessoa. Não sei se é minha irmã, não sei se é o Gustavo. Mas vou parar por aqui. Aí na terça-feira eu continuo. Belezinha? Beleza, Mika. Valeu. Aquele abraço. Vou ver o cast.
Don't worry.
Sim, é o que eu vou fazer imediatamente. Obrigado, meu amigo. Valeu, cara. Boa noite. Valeu, Jonathan. Não, eu vou... E depois eu vou colocar ele na descrição do vídeo. Coloco no Insta também. Beleza? Tô saindo nessa então. Brenão, boa noite pra você. Tchau, tchau, gente. Até mais. Valeu. Até terça-feira. Terça-feira eu continuo.